I knew all three of the big guys would fit. Pretty sure that's a driving hazard. Thankfully, we don't have to go very far. Oh, goodbye, my big lovelies. My poor green. I'll buy more of you. And this time I won't have to part with you because I have to move halfway across the country. Though with my luck, Chips is going to end up getting a professorship, like an amazing 10-year degree, and we're going to have to move to like actual Taiwan forever. So I guess the point is to just enjoy the greenery while you can and then pass it on when you can, because we're going to go donate it so that people will be able to enjoy them. Oh gosh, it's hot. Oh my goodness, 100 degrees outside right now. Ugh. Oh my gosh, they're so cool. It's so hot. I think it's still like 99, 100 degrees. I don't want to put anything in the car now that we've gotten the plants like moved until after the sun starts setting, because it's so miserably hot. Oh my gosh. But where we're moving to in Michigan is 20 degrees cooler. It's 75 degrees there right now. That's gonna feel a lot better. Gosh, I look kind of frumpy. So this is what it looks like after being out in 100 degrees, moving heavy plant pots. It was really sweet. As I was taking my umbrella plant down the stairs, our neighbor came out with his tiny dog. He's a new neighbor who just moved in too. Came out with his teeny tiny dog and saw me struggling with him, and he was like, "Oh gosh, I don't want your obituary to read crushed to death by plant. Let me help you with that." And I've never met the man before, and I laughed so hard because I'm like, that is totally going to be what my obituary would be. Crushed to death by plants. Too many plants. The living wall tumbled down on top of her. That would totally be what would happen to me. But that was really sweet of him. So he helped me move the umbrella plant down to the car. We shoved all of them in the car. Chips really didn't think they would fit. And I was just like, you just gotta be a little rougher with them, and just like shoved the branches in there. You guys saw. And I feel really good because we gave them to his mom and she put them in her office and they look wonderful. And I was really surprised at how peaceful I felt after I saw them in their new home and knew that they'll be able to help her patients in her office. And so it'll be a really pretty place, and it made me feel better about leaving behind things that mean a lot to me and make my home what it is to me, and knowing that they can go on and have a new home and a new life. And it was just really wonderful because leaving my umbrella plant, as weird as it sounds, was one of the hardest parts of this move for me so far, because I've had that since I moved to North Carolina. I bought it like the week I moved to North Carolina for $5 in Aldi's, and it was tiny. It was probably only like maybe this big, and it grew with me, and it turned into this big beautiful plant and did really well, and it traveled with me when I met Chips and moved in with Chips and then moved here. And it just was like a flourishing representation of all the things that had gone right for me in North Carolina. And I also took up a lot of green space in my office area. And I thought about it and I realized the way I feel about plants is if someone asked you, what makes home feel like home for you? And then you had to give that away, or you had to get rid of that. And I'm not talking about people, I'm talking about in the quiet time when you're by yourself and you need that one teacup that you hold with tea to relax with, or you need that one chair, or you have that one blanket that you pull into your lap that just makes you feel like you're at peace when you're all alone and it's just you and your home, and it makes you feel at home. And for me, my plants are that. So it really was kind of like the physical giving away of my home, the thing that made me feel at home in my space. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but I think everybody has something like that. Something that you kind of need to have, even if it's your laptop or something like that, where you can just feel at home no matter where you are, or at home within your home because of its presence. And so I think that's normal. Everybody probably has something like that if they thought about it. And it just felt really good, though, to realize that when I did give them away, I wasn't as upset and crushed by it as I thought I was going to be. Instead, it was just a really great example of, not because it didn't mean as much to me as I thought, but it was a great example of taking something that meant a lot to me and passing it on and just trusting. And I think this is the key element of it, trusting that something new will be coming in my future to replace that. So I think that's why I'm able to be so calm about it, because I gave it away and it went to a good place. It's going to help other people just like it helped me. And then I have made space in my life for something new to come in. And I kind of wanted one of those something news to be that awesome pitcher plant we saw at Whole Foods, but Chip said no, because we wouldn't have any space for it, because it's like, what's the point of buying more plants right before we leave North Carolina? Very valid point, but I'm really looking forward to completely turning my office into a plant-filled haven. I am so looking forward to that. And I'm also looking forward to eating this cookie. I was going to show you guys. Look at this cookie. It's gigantic. It smells so good. It's a vegan almond cookie, from Whole Foods, and I'm gonna nibble some of it. I don't think I'll be able to eat all of it right now, but I got a cookie for moving the plants. We went to lunch with his mom. I'm gonna miss her too. And then we're getting ready. It's too hot right now to do anything outside. Here's my water. It's too hot outside. Because it's about 95 degrees still, so I'm gonna wait until it's like past the midpoint of the afternoon. Then we're gonna start moving stuff into the car now that I have cleaned the car and we have moved the big plants, moving stuff into the car, and then going to bed really early tonight, waking up 3 in the morning tomorrow to get ready and leave the house by 4. So it's gonna be an adventure, and I'll bring you guys along with us. But it feels good. I gave the plants away, and now it's kind of setting the stage for how exciting all of the adventures to go get new plants at the nurseries are going to be. It's just a lesson. I guess I just really sincerely want you guys to feel the lesson that I kind of feel right now, that making space for something new in your life, even if that means with parting with something that you really care about, doesn't have to be sad. It's just an act of trust in the future. And that can be a really cool thing. Goodbye, duck. Thank you so much for all the wonderful memories of watching the birds, watching the birdseed diaries right over here, laying on my yoga mat, listening to the birds, staring out at the trees. Oh, I can only hope and dream that one day I could live somewhere where I can walk out and be so high among the trees again, because this has really been a very, very, very special experience. And I'm so grateful I got to be here. This really, really made me feel so connected and in love with nature. And I got to really fall in love with birds on a level I never have before, because I was able to see their behaviors up tall, up high here in the trees, right at eye level all day while I worked. And it was just so special, and it really did add some amazing things into my life. Listening to the trees, standing out here while the storms were raging, coming out here night after night with Chips and just standing arm in arm, leaning against him, staring out at the stars. I made some wonderful memories here, and I'm so grateful for them. Oh boy, life's about to get a little bit exciting for the birdos. So I've just kind of done a very brief cleanup of the interior of the cage. I really need to power wash this thing, so that's one of my goals after we move to Michigan. And I turned off the lights, and I'm about to take off their lights. I'm about to take off the top plants, which are just fake plants. And they're gonna have to hang in there because it's time to take this old desk over to the dumpster. So hang on, little ones. All right, getting last minute things kind of collected up. This is all of our fragile stuff, like my specimens. You can see my wasp nest and my bird's nest and my coral and some of my pine cones and some of the very special things like the teacup that Darling gave me, my very first Christmas present from him, this wonderful teacup. I actually need to repair it so I can use it again. We've got Katie's presents are in her little box right there, as well as like Charlie's presents and some of the other clay gifts that people have sent to me in snail mail, which I love so much. I have such a weakness for those things. A ton of my delicate snail mail stuff is actually repacked into this box right here. We've got to donate that chair. It's going. We're maybe keeping the fan if we can fit it, because wow, the past few days and the heat have really shown us how useful it is to keep one of those fans. That is Darling's big giant computer right over there, and my little Peapod, that's the name of this computer right here. Peapod is actually a lot stronger than that guy, and in a much smaller case, very easy to transport. So this is where all the magic happens, you guys. This is where all the videos are created in Peapod right here. And this is my monitor, so we're going to be putting all of that into the car later. And yeah, so there's the office. I'm hoping we'll be able to fit all of this stuff into the car. Oh boy. Dinner. Very good moving dinner. I love Chipotle. The kitchen's almost done. I know it looks chaotic, but all of the shelves are empty. The pantry is empty. Everything's empty. I think I have some clean dishes to pull out of there. That's empty. Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to give away this balsamic vinegar. This is not wine. We don't drink or anything like that. This is actually just coconut balsamic vinegar. And Chips's dad is actually here helping us take away. You can see all the trash from the last of the kitchen stuff to throw out. There's the entirety of our kitchen right now. And there's the birdos. But they have taken away the desk, they've taken away the patio furniture, they've taken away all the other things that needed to go to the dump, which is just so wonderful. And now I just need to pack everything into the car and get my plants in there. And believe it or not, I think I'm going to be able to get all of my plants because these guys, they're pretty hardy. They'll tolerate a little bit of smushing for a few hours to get them up to Michigan. Here's the new game plan. We are going to pack the car of most of the things, but save our most valuable things in our animals, like our PCs and the animals themselves, will actually stay out of the car until we wake up at 3 to 4 in the morning. At about 3:15, 3:30 in the morning, I'm going to wake up and take all of the birds while they're still kind of sound asleep out of the big cage, put them into the travel cage, and cover them up so that they'll be nice and calm. I'm going to transfer the geckos from the tank that they're currently in into little tubes and in the small little critter keeper we have, and then we're going to take the animals and the cages and everything and put them in the car with the PCs, collapse the air mattress that continues to deflate, but we're going to keep because Chip says he doesn't mind it deflating. If we need a new one, I'm just going to buy a new one because, oh my gosh, or sleep on the floor. I am just getting a sleeping bag. Forget air mattresses. It's just a sleeping bag from here on out with me. Oh my gosh. But that's our game plan. So we should be packing the car in just a little bit and leaving nothing but the animals, the food that we're going to take with us, like cherries and really nice travel foods that Chip's mom bought for us. We're going to take the animals, the food, leave those in here, the air mattress, our laptops and PCs, and then we're just going to take ourselves and leave at 3, 4 in the morning and start a road trip. So this is going to be interesting, you guys, and this is the potentially last little bit of my wonderful North Carolina apartment that you guys are going to see. And I think it's amazing that you can go back in the old vlogs and see pretty much the days we moved in. And I've noticed a lot of changes. I lost a lot of weight. I lost about 20 pounds here, and you can definitely tell when you look in the old videos. But you can also see I'm a lot more confident, I'm a lot louder, I'm a lot more like self-assertive with the things I like, and in other words, I'm doing what Chips has been very happy to see over the last couple of years we've been together, growing a tiny backbone, as he puts it. So I like it. It's been amazing, and I will forever be grateful to the opportunity here because it was great for Chips and I. Our relationship really flourished when we came here because it was better for me. I was happier, and then we were happier as a couple, and we got to go on all those walks and really discover mutual passions together, like all of the herons and the ducks and everything to watch. He got to see another round of birds be born, and he's gotten so attached to Chickenberry. He really loves Chickenberry now. And to see the next stage of our adventures be determined together was amazing. To know that this is the spot, it was almost like we had a little oasis to stay at for a year and sort of learn more about each other, love each other more, learn how to love each other more, and learn how to really pursue our own dreams, because when we moved in here, I had just made YouTube more or less a full-time thing for the first year, and it was still like living off of donations to make sure that groceries were done, really still very tight, extremely tight, and I still wasn't super confident. I was still sort of nervous because Chips and I's relationship was still new, and it was our first big stressful move, but we were still pretty solid. We were really solid. Oh my gosh. And now he's my best friend. Now we're side by side, and I have no doubts about that, and that's wonderful. And when we moved here, Chips was originally going to go ahead and get a computer programming degree instead of a history degree because there's more jobs in computer programming. And he took about a semester's worth of classes and then realized he was good at it, very good at it. He's phenomenal with math and computers and things like that. But he was really sad because it was not where he wanted to see his life's work be. He wanted to be a professor and a historian. So he made that decision. Go away, little bug. Oh my gosh. He made that decision here in North Carolina and withdrew from the classes and did the hard work of drawing up his PhD applications, turning them in further afield this time, and then going out, getting tons of offers. He was top list, like top choice for all of the ones that he got into, there were a couple he would have loved that would have been a long shot anyway, but he was top choice, and I'm so proud of him. Like, it helped me to realize just how skilled and talented he is in his field of expertise, to realize that he was the top pick for those colleges and universities. They were all universities, actually. And then getting to know where we're going together, and that it's always, especially since January, like, been, we're in this together, whatever the adventures may be. And my channel really flourishing, and thus my career really flourishing, and my sense of stability and ability to take care of the family I'm building with Chips happened here. It is kind of like it was a nursery for all of the growth that we really experienced. Like my plants, it was like a plant nursery for all of the growth that we really experienced here. And I'm so happy. And even things that aren't related to us, like my family and their circumstances getting better, happened while we lived here. And I'm always going to remember these windows and the rain. I'm always going to remember watching and learning to do birdseed diaries and discovering more about myself and feeling more confident about myself, and realizing that a huge part of that confidence was giving myself permission and space to grow. A healthy environment was entirely the key. And then waking up every day and just working at it, working at what I work at, working at my relationship with Chips, working at myself, working at pursuing life and not backing down or shying down from trying to jump the hurdle of trying new things, like birdseed diaries, like getting the vlog channel up and going again, like traveling with Chips to new places, going to my sister's wedding. All of those things were hurdles that the past me probably would have kind of tentatively walked up to and nervously shied away and told myself, maybe later, maybe later, maybe later, because I was very anxious and shy. You can see it. A lot of people have been saying they can see it in the old vlogs. And current me just is confident because I got up every day and tried to jump those hurdles, and a lot of time I fell down, but I tried. And now I just feel like I can take off running and take whatever challenges come as adventures. So we're off to the next big adventure.